Are you ready?
I've been ready.
Don't give me any of your crap.
Come on, we're wasting people's time.
Hi there. Thanks for diving into Two Peas, Same Pod, the humorous podcast of family unity that proves we're all in this comedic roller coaster of life together. Here are your hosts, the father and daughter duo, Eric and Tovah Weinstein.
Welcome back, everyone. And
I don't think they've been away. I think we've been away.
We haven't been away anywhere.
I don't think away. Just away from the mic.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, people. We've been busy.
Well, hello, people. It's...
Someone's been busy.
Someone, yes. Hello. It's time again for Two Peas.
Same pod. Woohoo! 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 We're back.
And like Tovah said, we are back. Sorry for the lengthy hiatus, but Tovah started a new gig.
Yes, and the hours of that were kind of crazy.
Because she started right before the holiday season.
Yes, I was working some days 8:15 to 7:15, people.
Really?
Not complaining, but
you're complaining.
just the hours were a little crazy, and being on your feet for that long can kind of get to you.
This is Two Peas, Same Pod, a father-daughter podcast.
Father-daughter.
And we talk about everything and nothing at all.
Everything under the sun and nothing at all. I tell people this podcast is about generational differences, so let's start a new segment maybe.
Okay, well, so right now we have 3-ish segments. Yeah. We have World Peas, which is when we talk about... Well, hold on.
One.
Well, that's ish.
Oh.
So we have World Peas, where we talk about the goings-on of pop culture and stuff that's just off the top of our heads. Then we have Peas Our Family, where we oftentimes tell a funny or humorous anecdote about our family history. And now we've brought in the ish part, the half segment of what we're referring to as what's pissing us off this week. And then lastly, we have Peas of Information, where I hit Tovah with a couple of hot questions and get even hotter answers. Sometimes she turns the tables on me and she hits me up with some questions. So
how the tables have turned.
Yes. So without further ado,
like what's it called at Chinese restaurant? The
turntable.
Yes, turntable.
The Lazy Susan.
Lazy Susan. Let me do a little quick disclaimer, people. I'm feeling a little under the weather. If you hear a little bit of sniffles in the back.
A little bit.
I just wanted to say that, and I use some nose spray, so it should be all cleared up, so you guys shouldn't be hearing constantly throughout the episode. But if you do, that's why.
Okay. Anyway.
Not COVID, not the flu. It's whatever's going around that everyone gets. It's like getting passed around.
There's something getting passed around.
I know. My dad, I think he gave it to me.
I didn't give it to you.
No, I think I got it during Christmas.
I'm sure you did. You were not hanging around with us. You know what it was? It was table nachos.
Yeah, I think it was.
Everybody digging their filthy hands. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about Nick's family tradition?
My boyfriend's family.
So, by the way, they're not Jewish.
Yes, they are not Jewish, and they have a family tradition of table nachos. And we usually do it on a round table, but they got a longer table this year, a longer dining room table. So we put them all in the middle.
Right on the table.
Right on the table. Tinfoil on the table, though. It's not like...
To protect the table, you mean?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Tinfoil on the table, nachos in the middle, melt the cheese with the blowtorch. And then everyone kind of grabs their section and builds their own nachos on top of it. It's not as unsanitary, but when everyone reaches in and grabs their own portion of the nachos, it can get a little unsanitary. But yeah, guac, sour cream, meat, cheese, they don't keep kosher.
It's just all over the table.
Yes, it is. It's fun. It's a nice tradition.
It sounds like fun, but it's not really the type of thing I would do if it wasn't my immediate family. So I know it was their immediate family.
Yeah.
You still got sick. But I don't know if I would do that. I certainly
Yes, you would. You eat Chinese food like that. People breathing on the Lazy Susan.
No. The way we eat Chinese food is the Lazy Susan turns around and we take a spoonful of the food that's on the tray and we put it on our plate. It's not like everybody's digging their bare hands or putting their mouths into it.
Okay, I get what you're saying there.
It's nothing like Chinese food. Anyways,
depends where you eat Chinese food.
True. Speaking of Chinese food, I used to have a food blog, people.
Oh yeah, I don't think we talked about it.
I don't think
briefly.
Maybe we touched on it. I don't know. Let me just say this. I had a food blog called The Critical Palate, and still up there. I mean, it was on Blogspot, which is, I think, owned by Google. So it's still there. It's perpetual. The internet's forever. So I have, years and years of posts on there. I probably did it for 10 years. And it slowed down. I think I posted my last one around Grandpa's death. So around 2016,
Yeah, the
2015.
buffet is closed.
Exactly. And I sort of closed out the blog shortly thereafter. But I did post a story back maybe around 2010. I did write a blog post about the House of Roy, which was the Chinese restaurant of my childhood. It was on Tyler Street in Boston, in Chinatown, and every Sunday night or every other Sunday night, we would drive into Chinatown and we would go to the House of Roy. And that place was old. The building was barely standing. It was the oldest, like, rundown Chinese restaurant, but it was so fantastic, and we've got a lot of great memories about it. So I wrote this post about it back in, like, 2010. About a month ago, I got an update from Blogspot telling me that a recent post had been made on my House of Roy blog post.
Okay.
A new comment had been posted. And the comment,
Who commented?
the great-granddaughter of Roy.
What the hell?
She said she was so excited to read that tribute to the House of Roy, that she had heard all these stories growing up, and that she was so thrilled and so excited to read about how people enjoyed it so much, and it really made her feel good. And I just want to say that I was delighted. I just want to say that.
The internet is a small world, which we talked about.
I like bringing people together. I know we haven't got into our segments, people. So, Tovah, take it away with your World Peas. It's time for World Peas.
World Peas. Okay, so just a little update. We haven't recorded since the ending of Dancing with the Stars. So I just wanted to do a quick shout out. Not even a shout out, actually. Shout out America for actually being delusional. Robert Irwin, he's good. He is good. But the whole season, it was like a sob story, crying here and there, the whole family here and there, like performing on stage when during, like, what was it, Dad? It was the tribute night when they had someone perform.
Bindi performed with him. Yeah, but you talked about that. We talked about that in a prior episode.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm talking about how the whole season leading up to it, we had Derek, we had Bruno, we had Carrie, and mostly Derek sobbing their eyes out, being like, I'm so proud of your family. I watched you grow. I watched you since you were like 4 years old on the show. The whole season, it was a lead up to him winning. So yeah, I'm pissed about that. I guess we're not in our piss segment yet. Shout out America, but you didn't pick the right winner. I think Alex should have won, in my opinion, but that's besides the point. Also, on another Dancing with the Stars note that I don't think we talked about, you know how each couple has a freestyle dance who makes it to the finale? They do a freestyle. Yeah, Mark and Whitney who got eliminated. Mark and Whitney, the professional dancer who was a dance major in college.
Mark Ballas and Whitney Levitt from Mormon Wives.
Yeah, took it upon themselves to choreograph a freestyle dance and perform it. Not on the show. They were eliminated at this point.
You're saying that after they were eliminated,
they had gone on a podcast and they had performed and done this whole lyrical, whole theatrical number.
Because they're so special with America.
Exactly. They're not on the show anymore.
America deserves to see us.
Oh my God. It was pathetic. So I should have saved that for what I'm pissed about, but it tied into the Dancing with the Stars. So we hadn't mentioned that. Stranger Things. What to even talk about? They're releasing on major holidays. So I think they released on Thanksgiving. Then they released on Christmas Day, and then they're releasing on New Year's Eve Day, I believe. So,
okay, but you said you were pissed off about Stranger Things just because of the slow way that they're letting leak out?
Yes and no. Like, now, spoilers are coming. Spoilers are coming. Spoilers are coming. One of the main characters, he now has powers. He's not supposed to have powers. There's supposed to be one person with powers.
First of all, I have never watched 1 minute of any episode of Stranger Things because that kid with the hair
and the teeth,
Dustin, he just irritates me. He irritates me.
He's the best.
I'm not a big David Harbour fan.
Oh yeah, he's weird.
Okay, I'm not a big fan of his.
What about Millie Bobby Brown, married to Bon Jovi's son?
I don't know, Milli Vanilli, Bobby Brown. It wasn't Bobby Brown. That was Whitney Houston's husband.
I don't know. But I am pissed off because in Stranger Things,
What? Yes.
the plot is going to be lost on you. So I'm not even going to try to explain it.
And I don't think our listeners, like your grandmother, really give a crap.
There is this one song, I think by Kate Bush. Running up the hills. We're running up the hills and places. That song does not stop playing throughout every season of the show. It is overplayed. It gets stuck in my head. It pisses me off. It's just overplayed for no reason. Literally, there's no reason the song needs to be played as much as it is. Every single time there's something dramatic, we're running up the hills. Okay, no one cares, but I'm pissed off about that. Stranger Things, the season's slow. Will isn't supposed to have powers. 11 went through a million different things.
Let's talk about the tragedy of Rob Reiner.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to talk about besides it was a tragedy.
True.
I knew him from New Girl, mainly.
Who's that girl?
It's
Jess. Yeah, that was our pandemic binge. Tovah made us watch that series. We must have watched it 5 times through.
I'm not even joking.
Like, we watched that, the entire series, all 7 seasons or whatever it was, 5 different times. Just kept playing it over and over again. Restarted
No
it
joke.
over. It's like me and Mom and Everybody Loves Raymond. It just keeps going and going. Anyway, yeah, Rob Reiner he's also on The Bear. He was on this last season of The Bear. He was an Emmy Award-winning actor. He has directed phenomenal movies. Some of the most loved or beloved recent movies. He had his hand in comedy. He had his hand in drama. He was just phenomenal. So talented, so outspoken politically on behalf of trying to help people.
With mental health issues?
Well, I mean, he did do a documentary about he and his son. His son had both mental health and drug addiction issues, and unfortunately, it looks like his son may have taken out Rob and his wife.
Taken out.
Well, it's just sad.
It's tragic.
It's totally tragic. Last topic on World Pizzo. For those of you who live local in Massachusetts, the Brian Walsh case, where he was recently convicted, thankfully, of murdering his young wife and then cutting her up into tiny pieces and spreading her remains all over the place. He was caught on camera dumping things into dumpsters. He was caught on camera going to Home Depot and Walmart and Lowe's.
Didn't he search how to get rid of dead body?
He did.
How to scatter remains without getting caught.
Yes.
How to,
Yeah, is a hacksaw the best tool to cut up a body? I mean, the guy had an internet search on his computer or on his iPad. I mean, it's like OJ writing the book. I didn't kill her, but if I did, this is how I would have done it.
He did it, right?
Well, I think he did, but the jury didn't. In any event, the jury in the Brian Walsh case did the right thing and saw right through this bullshit defense. His defense was, she died suddenly and unexpectedly in our bedroom, and I panicked and I got rid of the body. Yeah, okay, buddy. That's why you had all those internet searches. Really. And by the way, the guy had already been previously convicted in federal court of fraud because he sold people fraudulent Andy Warhol paintings. So the guy was just a scumbag.
Yeah.
And now he's doing life, murder 1, mandatory life sentence without parole in Massachusetts.
What do you think about Alan Jackson representing Rob Reiner's son?
Well, that's an interesting twist of fate, right? He was Karen Reed's lawyer here in Massachusetts.
He's on top of the world, and now he's representing someone who...
That's what happens with these guys. You know, it happened with Johnny Cochran. It's happened with F. Lee Bailey. It happened with Alan Dershowitz. You know, they get like 1 or 2 famous cases, or they get some case that's in the news or in the headlines. And if they do well, which Alan Jackson obviously did from a lawyer's standpoint in the defense of Karen Reed, suddenly he's big time. Now, he had already been a defense attorney for celebrities. He represented Kevin Spacey when Kevin Spacey was charged with some sort of assault and battery crime down on Martha's Vineyard. He flew in from California to handle that. So, it doesn't surprise me. But, yeah, he's on a tear. Mm-hmm. He is on a tear.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of Karen Reed, but he did the job.
Yeah, you're not a big fan. I always said free Karen Reed, and you always were...
No, I used to be a defense attorney, and I know how it is, and I know the mindset, and I give him credit for being able to manufacture a defense that was effective. But me personally, my opinion was that she did something that led to his death. Now, whether or not she intended to, no, so they overcharged her. But she definitely drove drunk, and I have a feeling she plowed into him.
There's a lot of ESQ at the end of people's emails at work.
Oh, you mean there's like lawyers contacting you there to see if they could buy something? Fancy?
Yeah, or like afterwards, like I'll be like, oh, can I grab your email because we have to get their information? It'll be like ESQ something. I'll be like, oh, are you a lawyer? Yeah, and then I'll get in the whole conversation.
I actually don't use it. I don't like it. I don't use it. I don't have ESQ after my name on my legal signature line. I use attorney Eric Weinstein.
I was not pissed off, thrown off, because I called the customer and their voicemail answered, "Hi, this is Dr. blah, blah, blah." I can't when people do that. I can't. Their personal phone. He was like, "This is my personal cell. Like, you can text me at this number." I gave him a call. "This is Dr. blah, blah, blah." Some people are just not humble. Some people just want to be known for their title. Some people just want to be known that they went to school longer than you.
Does Josh have that on his voicemail?
No. I think that would be the last person to have.
If he had hair, he would light it on fire before he would put that on his voicemail.
I don't even think...
Yeah, I always told Josh there are two types of people in the world. People who want you to use their honorific. That's what it's called. Mm-hmm. That's people who want you to use their honorific, and people who don't want you to know they even have that.
Yeah.
And you always want to be the latter, not the former. So good for Josh, because I don't think it's necessary.
You don't use it?
I don't. No, I tell people to call me Eric all the time. Somebody once said, we were interviewing a rabbi at our synagogue many years ago, Rabbi Tracy Rosen, and she was very funny. She had become a rabbi in her late 30s, so she had been in banking and in finance for several years. And when
a weird twist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Her pitch was called Banking on God, which was great. I thought that was cute. And so she told us. But at one point in time in the interview, because I was chair of that committee, I said to her, "How would you like to be addressed?" And she said, "You can call me Tracy. That's fine." I said, "Okay, I just didn't want to, misstep here." And she said, "Well, I always say, when I was born and I flew out of my mother's womb, the doctor didn't say, 'Congratulations, you have a baby girl. What's her name?' And my mother say, 'Oh, that's Rabbi.'" She goes, "No, oh, that's my daughter, Tracy. And that's how I prefer to be known. So I prefer to be known as Eric." I don't think Grammy probably said, as they ripped me out of her, "Oh, that's my son, attorney Eric." Anyway, let's go into our next segment. I'm sure
that's how she introduces you, though.
Let's go into our next segment, Peas Our Family, or also What's Pissing You Off This Week. It's time for Peas Our Family.
I already covered what's pissing me off this month.
Tovah has done a deep dive into covering that, but let me hit you up with a couple of things that are irritating me.
Yeah, what's irritating you?
The Verizon, Fios, and Fox broadcast dispute.
Okay.
This has been going on since mid-December. I could not care less about Fox News. I could not care less about FS1, Fox Sports Channel, whatever it is. But what I do care about is that the local Fox over-the-air channel, Boston 25, is the channel that carried the Patriots game yesterday. And because Verizon Fios is in a pricing dispute with Fox Networks, it was not broadcast on Verizon Fios. So I had to find alternative methods. And the best method that worked for me was over-the-air. We have a digital antenna plugged into the back of the TV that's in the toy room, the old toy room.
You watched it?
Yeah, but it was crystal clear. I mean, the picture is nice. It's an HD signal.
Okay.
So the picture was crystal clear, but I couldn't pause. I couldn't rewind. I couldn't stop it and run to the bathroom and not miss anything.
To add on to that.
Yeah?
Sorry.
Go
Were
ahead.
you finished?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nick and his roommates, they watch Red Zone.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is? So it just shows like clippets of games. How can you invest in any of the games? He's really like, it's for fantasy football. But how? That's not watching a football game.
I hate Red Zone. I hate the quick cuts. I hate the jumping around. Last week, Josh popped into the house on Sunday, and the first thing he put on was Red Zone.
Oh, God.
Want to stick a fork in my eye. All right. The other thing that's pissing me off, and this has really nothing to do with anybody, the other thing that's irritating me, and I felt bad for Franklin, is that Franklin was stuck home since last Wednesday. Now,
Most dogs stay at home, so let's just point that out.
Let me not overstate this, but Franklin does go out to doggy daycare every day. I drop him off at about 8. I pick him up at about 5:30, 5:45.
He loves it, people.
He loves it. He socializes. He hangs out. He bosses other dogs around. He is the boss there.
Yeah.
And he is the longest attending dog there. He is the OG Frank, because he has been going since he was about 5 months old, 4 or 5 months old. And that would be about 9 years ago now, because he's about 9.5.
Wasn't Life is Dog where he goes? Shout out.
Yes, Life is Dog in Marlboro. He's always gone there.
Weren't they coming to the house to walk him when he was a puppy?
Well, they were doing his training and they were doing the walking. And then when he was old enough, we started doing the training with him at their center. And then he started attending doggy daycare. And eventually we ramped up to every day. So he goes 5 days. So he's used to being out of the house 5 days. And he's used to having plenty of activity and plenty of dogs to boss around. Really, if you met Franklin and you saw him at daycare, you'd know he's the Tony Soprano of daycare.
It makes sense. The way he barks at people,
please.
too. It just makes sense.
He's got his Paulie, he's got his Silvio, got them all.
And he has all the staff wrapped around his finger, too.
He's the OG.
Oh, my God. He's absurd.
And so he's been stuck at home for 5 days. So today, when I dropped him off, and they're only open today and tomorrow, and then they're closed again for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it's going to be another 5-day, baby.
Sunday.
Yeah. So it's going to be another 5-day break for him. So I said to Kelsey or Haley, whoever I handed him off to this morning, I said, he was so frustrated and aggravated, it wouldn't have surprised me if he started making weapons and was going to bust out of this joint. There was a prison break waiting to happen.
Yeah.
So on behalf of Franklin, he's irritated, so I'm irritated for him. Because he can't articulate. The one last thing I want to say is I already mentioned this, I like to bring people together. I am a matchmaker. And so recently, I had some interactions with the owner of the company Wahl, that's WAHL-Eversharp, which is a fountain pen manufacturer. Tovah's rolling her eyes and practically falling off her chair.
We talked about how he's up there. We talked about the fountain pen guy in our podcast.
Yeah. Well, this is a different story. This just happened.
Jesus. How many fountain pen stories do you have already?
I could go on, and I will. So anyway, I like bringing people together. So I've become friendly with this guy who owns bottleandplume.com here in Framingham.
Won't he just come and hang out and chat?
He's come over a couple of times, gotten together, and he's going to come to the workshop and make a pen. Tovah's got plenty to say about this, or plenty of thoughts that she's not going to say. But in any event...
You guys got to take a picture with the final product afterwards.
We will. You can post some of the pictures of the ones I've been making lately.
I need to get more active on our Instagram,
You
seriously.
do. And people... I am teaching myself how to do a little bit of video clip.
Yes. Stay tuned. Stay updated for that.
Because as part of this hiatus, I've been teaching myself a little bit about filming and audio and video editing. So we're going to try to do little video things, which we will talk about and point people to in our posts.
Once we get that, basically social media will run itself.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? I mean, the internet is going to light up. We're going to break the internet, baby. About a week and a half ago, I had a little blip when I tried to buy something. So I had to reach out to Wahl Eversharp, and I had trouble finding an email address that I could use. And I ended up finding a Gmail address, which was weird because they have their own domain. And then I reached out and found an info email at their domain. So I sent out the same email. I ended up hearing back from the Gmail email address, and it turned out to be somebody who is very famous in the fountain pen world for rebooting the brand entirely. He bought the IP, bought the patents, and then got into remaking it because he loved these pens, this particular model of the Wahl Eversharp line from 80 years ago. And so he rebooted it. So he and I had a nice communication, and he put me in touch with the guy that does his distribution. And I had a nice give and take with him via text. And it turns out that the guy who handles distribution also owns and distributes several other brands of fountain pens. And so my friend David from Bottle and Plume was here last week, and we were talking, and I let him write with one of my Wahl Eversharp Skylines. That's the model pen. and he really liked it. And I said, maybe you should carry their line on your website because there aren't a lot of vendors out there who carry the Wall Eversharp line. Not every vendor does. I said, I'm sure they're always looking for new vendors. I mean, why wouldn't they? They'd make more sales. Mm-hmm. And I ended up texting Frank, the owner of the distribution company and of these other fountain pens. Mm-hmm. And I ended up emailing with Sid about it. And I gave David all the contact information, and they connected, and now David is going to be signing up, I hope. At least I know they were working on creating him and creating the vendor relationship there. And so look at me. I am bringing people together.
You are uniting people for good.
I am. I mean, I should be working on Ukraine and Russia right now.
Yeah, you should.
I bring people together.
Get you in the Middle East.
Why don't we move quickly into P's of information, the last segment. Let's learn more. With information.
Okay, what do you got?
What's your favorite fountain pen, Tovah?
Dad, the Japanese one.
The Jinhao 80 is what you're holding right there.
Okay, Jinhao 80.
That's the only one she's ever held people of.
The only one I know the name of.
Yeah.
One of my coworkers.
Well, the Wall Eversharp Skyline, because we just talked about it.
Okay, well, I wasn't really listening.
That hurts. Anyway, one of your coworkers?
Yeah, one of my coworkers, left-handed, very, very intrigued by fountain pens. Also, my boyfriend's father, very intrigued about fountain pens. He said a lot of architects use fountain pens.
There is a nib grind specifically called the architect grind.
Yeah, so I know a lot of people actually interested in fountain pens, yet I do not understand the hyperfixation.
Or the attraction.
Your hyperfixation, the attraction of other people.
We live in a hyper digital world, and nothing is more analog than a fountain pen.
Yeah, and you have a thing with your watches about having them be mechanical. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're all about old school, old fashioned.
I am a Renaissance man.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever. Okay, tell me, what is your current addiction?
Oh, my Labubu's.
Those goddamn little gremlins.
My Labubu. I have green grape, lychee berry, toffee, and I just opened sea salt foam. I love it because I got 2 of them in store at Pop Mart, and then I went online and I got 2 more. And online, you can pick a box and it will tell you like what's the Labubus that aren't in it. It will be like, so you still get to guess, but it will be like, oh, green grape and lychee berry won't be in this one. So you know you have the option of getting the other one. So I already have green grape and lychee berry. So it was just so nice that they told you like, oh, this won't be in this pack, so you'll get a new one basically. Like that's how I minimize getting duplicates, people. I'm almost done with one of the whole collections, the Monster collection.
I don't know if you people have seen these things.
They're so cute.
They are the ugliest. They do nothing. They do nothing.
Nothing.
They
sit.
They're just these little gremlins, basically.
They're keychain plushies.
Keychain plushies, my fat, hairy.
It's like Webkins, but no online like game.
That's an old school reference.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Webkins used to get them at the paper store, right?
Yeah. How old were you when the Webkins would have been popular?
Little.
Like 5?
Cash Cow. You and Cash Cow.
I forget Cash Cow.
The game that you would play on your computer where you would match up all the gems in a row and you would...
Oh,
Webkins.
God. Webkins.
I had a bunch of those things.
You did.
They died, though. You would like log in like a year later and be like, Peaches has died.
It's like the Tamagotchis or whatever, those little things that you're supposed to keep feeding them.
Oh, God.
That was it. That's not good. It's a good thing they didn't give you one of those babies in high school to take home. And
I wasn't in the baby development class.
Oh, is that how you...
Mm-hmm. If I was in it, I would have got one, but I would have just shoved it in the toilet.
You would have given it a flushie?
Yeah.
So speaking of flushies, people, this has been 2 Ps.
We're already done?
We're done. So this has been 2 Ps.
Same pod. Peace out and peas out. See you next Tuesday. Or next year at this point. Happy New Year's, people. See you in the new year.
Thanks for listening to 2 Ps, Same Pod, hosted by Eric and Tovah Weinstein. Please subscribe and join us next time as we continue to share humorous anecdotes, funny mishaps, and comical observations from our own lives.
2 Ps, Same Pod is produced by 1253 Studios. bringing always humorous and sometimes thought-provoking conversations to you through your favorite podcasting sites. Creative content and marketing director Tovah Weinstein. Executive producer and chief editor Eric Weinstein. Music by MBB. Find his work on YouTube by searching for MBB Music or at mbbmusic.com. Special thanks for the intro, outro, and trailer voiceover to Jordan Rich of CBS Boston Radio and Chart Productions, providing audio and voiceover recording and production, as well as podcast production and support. Visit Jordan at chartproductions.com. Funding for Two Peas Same Pod is provided by the Law Office of Eric Weinstein and listeners like you. Please consider subscribing and supporting this podcast. Until we meet again, this was Two Peas Same Pod, a 1253 Studios production.